No, Gustavo, just 1 second. I just wanted to say, we referred to the GF 5 or 10 times. I just wanted to say Gustavo Fonseca. I know he's tied up in another meeting, but I just wanted to acknowledge your presence here. Thank you for being here, Gustavo. I realize you have to run now. Thank you. We also, of course, have Vincent from DRC and Joe from Cameroon and many other distinguished people, many of you having to stand. Apologies for having not had enough chairs for you all to be here. Now we're going to just take a moment to hear from you, and you won't have to run up and stand on stage like in some other side events to ask your question, because we found a mobile mic here. We're going to bring it right to you. So we also wanted to say that that several other colleagues from the UN REDD program are here. You've already met Peter Holmgren from FAO, but Tim Clares from UNDP, maybe just wave your hand. Tim Clares is here from UNDP, and Mario from UNEP as well, also, who will help us answer some of these questions and engage with you. So we'd like to take a moment, and I'm going to bring the microphone to you, and if you would, introduce yourself, be as brief as possible, and we're going to take sets of 3 or 4 questions quickly, and then we're going to hear from Gisela, as I said, Loa Vargas, and Victoria Talley-Corpus right after that. Okay, so if you have a comment or question, why don't you raise your hand right now, just so I can see. And not to make you nervous, but this event is being webcast, so if you missed anything in any of these presentations, wants to say something? Okay, good. Then we'll start on this side of the room. Okay, just a moment. Just introduce yourself.
From an NGO Global Witness. 3 very quick questions. The first of which is that the World Bank doesn't have a great record on forestry, evidenced by, for example, the Internal Inspection Panel reports on their activities in Cambodia and DR Congo. And with the FCPF in particular, a bunch of international NGOs pleaded with the World Bank before Bali not to launch the FCPF until there had been sufficient public consultation with Benoit directly, in fact. And this was ignored, and many of the RPINs were conducted without consultation as well. We know that the World Bank has taken retroactive action on this, as they often do. So one question is, how can we expect the World Bank to act in good faith? How can they guarantee they will act in good faith on this issue? The second question relates to the one UN concept. I wonder which of the UN definitions of forests the one UN concept will adhere to. Will that be the definition of forest under Kyoto, which treats them as plantations, or the FAO definition, which differentiates? And finally, the role of independent monitoring. And I'm talking not just about the monitoring of carbon emissions or carbon stocks, but what about the role of actually monitoring activities in the forest, third-party independent monitoring? Where will that feature in this process? Thank you.
In fact, we are part of FCPF program. We are already in this active process of FCPF, World Bank. We are glad to know that there are opportunities around, not just with World Bank Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, but this UN REDD also. But it would be so nice, for example, if some clarification could be made as to how we could approach with UN system of REDD, because World Bank has a clear template in terms of how to fill this and how to apply. But as far as I know, this UN REDD system is not clearly developed in terms of process that is required, the templates that is required. So it would be very nice for the benefit, it would be, everyone probably would benefit if, for example, UN people could highlight about, how to really apply for this UN REDD. Thank you.